What country, if they were to take and join that line, would you take seriously and say, you know what? Yeah, I think the U.S. dollar may be in trouble.
That's a hard question from my point of view because
None?
there is no country at this particular time, based on our economics and world history and the way things are right now, you know, having it in life, whether it's from the individual or from the perspective of a country leader.
Mhm.
And when you look at geographically out there, what's available, who's out there, who can assert themselves to that type of degree, who can be a world leader. It comes down to, I guess, maybe as an individual opinion, what do I see for a world leader, as a country. And when I look at that, we have a lot of wonderful nations, right? Whether it's Great Britain or Italy, or whether you even, you spin over and you go into Asia and say Japan, or the Asiatics, or you go down as far as you say Australia, or you go to the South American countries and find one there, or you go to the continent, and you pick out, any nation there, Morocco, South Africa, Kenya.
There's about rich right now.
Yeah, so you look along those places, right? So we have a lot of great countries, right?
Right.
But at the end of the day, the who possess, in truth, the components to be a world leader, And we have to look at what other components are. They're just financial, obviously they're political. And this world at this time, obviously, it's military. So when you look at all of those components, what countries possess that stability, that continuity of making all those things come together on that scale, on a scale that could be a leader to the world, that could be an example to the world. What country or countries possess that? Unfortunately, one country or two or three or four may have one or two, maybe one at best. But to bring them all together, there's a lack. And that's not, it's not a mystery or a freak of nature that America has been able to amass all of those particular components together. That's been hard work. And that's been honest hard work. And that's been accepting things as it goes. It's not a perfect nation, but I think it is closest to perfect that we got to see in my lifetime.
In this particular, and so it's a timing issue.
Right. It's all about, accepting the reality of how it is. And really respecting the reality of how it is. And, we all hold opinions, and, that are just as transient as these particular times that pass and come. But at the end of the day, there's no nation out there right now qualified other than the nation we have. And that's not been an actual. And it's just as much, it's easier from a Bahamian perspective, from my perspective, coming in from a geographical position. Thank God I'm this geographically close to North America.
Right.
So it's a good thing. But at the same time, if I wanted to be a devil's advocate, I would be hard pressed to find an alternative that would meet those components. I'll be hard pressed. So it's just too hard. Because you can't take any nation of brick and say, hey, individually, do you possess all three? As a collective, do you possess all three? You still get it all.
Right.
That's a problem. So from right then and there, it goes back to, like I said, human confidence. I mean, like, no, I had my natural. I had my like a team on particular back. That don't mean you don't win. Because the standards or the structure or what you got to offer are insufficient, regardless. So it comes down to the same thing, it's not going to change.